The spring of 1994, Carl phoned me one day and said, I found a Halifax. I believe that there's been so many good things happen to bring this all together that the chance opportunity of Carl meeting these gentlemen who knew where the aircraft was, the meeting with the people who are doing the salvaging, the help we've received from the government. There's some 2,000 veterans in Canada who have donated money and become members of the Halifax Aircraft Association. And all the dramatic letters that we have received from all these people who have not only talked about how great that wonderful aircraft was, but how important it is that it be restored and maintained in the memory of their comrades who have passed away. And I'm part of this, and I feel I don't know why I am, but I'm sure glad. It's hard to realize that I was a 20-year-old kid, and here I am, an old man, and I'm playing a part in history, and I think that's probably what it's all about.
This beautiful plaque, made from the aluminum of a World War II Halifax aircraft recovered in Belgium, is a reminder of our past and a true honor to witness firsthand.
I think it's a wonderful addition here, especially because the marble that the names are engraved on was part of the original marble from the shrine outside. So I think it really ties us together. And just the seal, knowing that it's part of the original Halifax bomber, is really neat, and I think that's a really cool thing to tell visitors.
Well, I think it was very interesting to have the families here, but I think the thing I remember most about the ceremony, and it was very stirring, was having the quartet of the high school guys here, and they singing the Canadian national anthem and the American national anthem, and it was just a symbolic cementing of what went on, and in honoring these men who fought and were so brave that they said, I'm going to go fight with my Canadian brothers and Brits, even though we're not in the war yet.
Well, I don't want to embarrass Jim, because one of the highlights of that ceremony was that beautiful anthem written for the occasion.
So you're talking about American Eagle and Proud Maple Leaf.
Yep. Very moving lyrics, very moving song.
When Tom Withers Jr. was a young man, he decided to go off to war. From Roseland, Virginia, he headed up north to find the great wide open door. For courage was needed, and Canada's boys were sailing to Europe to fight. From the Battle of Britain to the missions beyond, reflections of words from high flight. As time passes and our memories fade, the Bomber Command Museum of Canada and Halifax 57 Rescue, aircraft recoveries and documentaries will help those in the future realize the dedication of these Canadian, American, and Commonwealth airmen who fought defending our right to be free.
Ceremonies for such an occasion and time as this is indeed an honor. As national spokesperson for the Greatest Generation Foundation, I find this a fitting act on my part, as it extends our purpose beyond our borders to recognize that not all of our heroes wore uniforms of the United States. They nonetheless represented everything that patriotism demanded. Thus today we have brought home to Virginia our own to acknowledge their duty, which was giving of their all in the interest of their country's cause.
I would venture to say that outside of Virginia, there needs to be more markers like this throughout the United States, and more Americans need to know of the partnership between United States and Canada.
Oh, absolutely. We need to tell the story of the sacrifice of the Americans, the Virginians, and the Canadians. Everybody, of all the individuals who were fighting a war against tyranny. And we can't, I've seen it so many times around here now, it's almost cliche that freedom is anything but free. And they paid the ultimate sacrifice. Virginians, other Americans, Canadians, and Brits. And it's so very important that young people be aware of that and be made aware of that and educated.
We were proud in Virginia to be the first state to honor these Royal Canadian Air Force Americans. I would hope, for the sake of all that fought from every state in the United States, that this would be a fitting tribute and also bring attention nationally to what went on. Not, you know, we did it here in Virginia, but it should be known by all Americans and that what went on, because I think it's a forgotten part of history that needs to be remembered.
And I believe that the memorial has a teaching responsibility to all of our citizens, not just Virginians and not just students, but all of us need to be reminded that freedom is not free.
Now who fights for freedom and who locks their hands together in battle for bomber command? American Eagle and the proud Maple Leaf flying together for what they believe. American